Hey guys and gals, welcome to another video. This is going to be a mixed bag videos. I haven't done one in like forever. Looking forward to doing it. I got quite a few things to show you guys. I have some new additions, some newer additions that you guys haven't seen before. I've got a few new setups that I want to show you guys as well. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys this here. It's a DJI Osmo Mobile 2. As you can see, it's for handheld devices for doing videos and whatnot. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video with this with this Osmo. Hopefully you know hopefully I'm not too bad at it. I've just got it, so I'm still playing with it, and hopefully in the future I get a little better at it. But anyways, let me know in the comments if you guys like this style of handheld device, and then we'll see if we're going to use it in the future. Anyways guys, on to the video. Alright, so this is one of my new additions. This is a baby spectacle Cayman. I've had these several times before over the years, but my roommate, he's been looking for one or two for several years now, and we finally found some. So he's gone under there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you the enclosure, tell you a little bit about it, and then I'll get him out, and maybe we'll see if we can get him to feed. So anyways, he's in a 50-gallon 36 by 18 by 20 by 24, I believe it is. I took the front glass off, that way you guys are able to see it without all the dirt on it and whatnot, and there's going to be no reflection. So anyways, I have just a little filter right here, just for a penguin. It's for an aquarium, but I just mounted it onto a little cat litter pan there, and I filled up with a whole bunch of substrate down here, all along here, and then I just topped it up with moss. Sorry, we got a bit of glare from the sun coming through the window. So let me just see here. There we go. I just did a whole bunch of decorations like I usually do with my enclosures. He seems to like it. I see him out here a lot as far as basking. Even at night I'll see him out here. He actually even grabs this moss, rips it apart. I do have isopods in here, so maybe he's after them. I feed him crickets, pinky mice. Actually, I put, you can see a goldfish, the far left there. Sorry, the far right of the screen. There's a couple in there. About I don't know, about a week ago, I put a dozen in there. So he attacks those and fishes for those when he wants to. So anyways, guys, I'll pause it and we'll get him out and see if he wants maybe a big dubia roach. Well, there's a better look at him. I pulled him out. He's a little freaked out by this camera. He does tongue feed for me, no problem, he or she, but I don't know how he or she's going to react to this camera. So I'm going to see if he's going to take this roach. Oh, he's hissing and everything. Come on, buddy. Well, he's upset. So I'm not going to push it, guys, but there is a look at him or her. I don't want to stress him out because he or she's been doing really well. The light's not on my camera, but this is the first time I've actually put the camera right in here on him, and he or she is actually hissing. You can see the mouth's open a little bit there. So that's it. I'll go do an update on this guy. Maybe a couple other things about the enclosure. Temperature water is about 80 degrees. Ambient temperature about 84, and right under here under is UVB, and I have an infrared light in there as well. That's on all the time for at nighttime, but reptiles can't see that red light at night. So that keeps the ambient temperature. I can't put a heater in here because it's plastic. So hopefully I can get a clip of him feeding, guys. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Yeah, you see the mouth open there. So I don't want to stress it out. These guys, you know, they do have attitude, but so far he or she's been pretty good. So I don't want to push it, and I'd like to be able to keep it somewhat chill. Anyways, guys, on to the next. This is the enclosure to my P. muticus king baboon. I tried feeding her, I believe it was my Christmas feeding video. She wanted nothing to do with it. I wasn't sure if it was she was stressing because she had just molted, or sorry, not molted. She had just been rehoused, probably about a week prior to that. So she hadn't dug or anything, as you can see over here. She has dug. She wanted nothing to do with it, but I figured out, I came in about a week ago, and she has molted. So that's her there. Very happy about that. These guys are very, very slow growers. But as you can see, I mean, she's getting there for a P. muticus. But I'm happy. She has done her little burrow there. Let's see if we can get a better look there. Can't see much, but she's done her thing, and that makes me very happy. So we shall move on to the next guys. So this is the enclosure to my bush viper, Atheris squamager, I believe is the Latin name. Now he or she has just gone down back, which is not fun. Maybe it's the light, maybe, you know, they don't tend to like things they're not used to seeing. But you can see him or her there. Hopefully the head pops up. Sometimes you'll see it up here basking or just hanging out. I did a video after, when was it? Just after Christmas there, I believe. And here she comes now, he or she. But after that, the guy contacted me that I got this one from, and then I got a second one. So there are two in here, so I have to be very careful. I don't know where the other one is, so I'm not going to get too close. Maybe we can try zoom in a little bit. There we go. There's him or her. But great little vipers. They don't get too big. The males maybe 20 inches. Females can get up to maybe 24. So there's a quick look at her, guys and gals. If I can, you know, if she gets up and starts perching better, and I can maybe get you guys a little bit more footage of her. So anyways, on to the next. So he or she finally made its way up top here. So I figured I'd get a little bit of footage of him or her up top. The other one still has not shown itself. It is in there somewhere. Could be down the cork round, could be behind there, could be pretty much anywhere. Just beautiful little snakes. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you guys a picture or a bit of a video clip of him or her up top. So this is the enclosure to my Theraphosa apophysis, pinkfoot Goliath. You can see her there just about in the center in her hide. She is way down there. Now, I rehoused her in here probably about a month ago, I believe. She was in pre-molt then, but what happened is once she got settled in here, she went into this hide and she ended up blocking it right off. I just opened it to get a little bit of footage of her, and she had kicked a whole bunch of hairs. I don't know if you guys can see it because she is turned around, but oh, sorry guys, this new gimbal is a little hard to use, but she's got hairs all over her. So Theraphosas and other tarantulas, but the Theraphosas, I find they just lay their web mat or wherever they're going to molt, and they just kick all their hairs off. That's to keep predators away. You know, as we all know, Theraphosas have very, very irritating hairs. So that's just a quick look at her, guys and gals. Oh, wrong way, and we'll just back out here, and I'll give you a little bit of a look at her enclosure. I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time, and it's not working out so well. So yeah, there we go. On to the next. Okay, so in this enclosure, I have my Discoides roaches. I think they call them jungle roaches. I've had them for quite a few years, and they're not like the dubias for some reason. They don't reproduce as much as the dubias do, and the last ones that I had before, they've obviously passed on because I've had them a few years. They don't live that long. Just before they kind of passed on, they ended up actually dropping some babies. So now those babies have grown up, and now I have a whole bunch of little nymphs, which is kind of exciting to me. So anyways, they're just in a bin, but you're going to see them under here. There's some of the adults. There's some of the nymphs scurrying away there. That's another nymph. The males, I guess, are fighting. This one's just chewed right up. But there's one there. There's a really nice one right here. And but yeah, no, pretty cool. I'm going to see if I don't want them fluttering off, but see if I can get some nymphs moving. Maybe the ground will start crawling per se. Very, very skittish, even more so than the dubias. But you know what, they're doing well. I don't know how many is in here because I keep them in substrate. So a lot of them are, there's one there. A lot of them just, they just scurry as soon as you know, as soon as there's any movement or any light. I did take their food out because I just sprayed them down. I didn't want to get in the way. Let's see if we can get this thing up here. Now look how fast they are. He dropped. He or she. Both males and females. You see that one flutter the wings there. They do have wings. They don't fly, but if they jump like from, you know, like you just did there, they'll flutter to the ground. So I really like them. I don't use them for feed because they're very hard to get where I'm at, and I just like keeping them. So anyways, guys, a quick look at those guys, and we'll move on to the next. So this is the molt. I can't move because it won't focus. This is the molt to my David Bowie Huntsman. It molted probably about a month ago, but very, very happy with it. Sorry about that, guys. I just thought I'd show you guys because I don't see a lot of them in the hobby. Not out my way anyways, but had a great molt and is back to feeding again, and quick as ever. Actually, I was feeding it probably about a couple weeks ago, and I was trying to get some pictures, so, you know, after it had a superworm in its mouth, I kind of just coaxed it to move a little bit, and it was up out of the enclosure, on my arm, jumped onto my chest, and then, as you guys know, I use that, I just have a chair here, I put a board on it when I'm doing videos. He was up underneath there in a blink, and just crazy. And then he just sat under there with a superworm, happy as can be, and obviously I always have a catch cup, and you know, I got him in the cup and back in he went. So it's very hard to get footage of him. He's so fast. I don't even like taking the lid off, meaning the whole lid. There's a little feeding door, which that's fine. I can go into there, drop food in, mist it down, do what I have to do. But unfortunately, unless I rehouse him, you guys aren't going to see much of him because the footage is crap through the enclosure. But he molted, he or she, so I just decided I will show you guys the molt. And there's little fangs there. Oh, hit the camera there. All right, guys, on to the next. This is the enclosure to Megaphobema robustum number 2. I believe you guys already seen one in my, or number 1 in one of my later videos. Same setup, but you know, I love these guys. I don't see them a lot. They're actually, I believe, they're probably one of the only, if not the only, fossorial New World tarantulas. As you can see here, I don't know if you guys can see with the angle, but there is probably about 3 inches of dirt that she's pulled up. Here she is pulled up from inside that burrow and just dumped it out all around here. You can't even see it, but I have a cork round shooting down here, right to the bottom pretty much, to give them somewhere to start with. But I just love these little guys, or gals, whatever they are. And I just kind of wanted to show you like the mountain this thing made. Like, it's on my hand. Where's my hand? There's my hand. You know, so it's, you know, it's up to about here, and that's on this side. So don't get to see them often. This is a mixed bag video, so I'm just throwing it in there. And if anybody is looking to get one of these guys, they are great. They get big, they're beautiful, and they do this funny little headstand thing when they get stressed out. So meaning as a defense mechanism, they show you their rear end, and they do they stand up pretty much a headstand, meaning on their front legs, and everything else goes up. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys a look at the enclosure here. I just love this. Again, it's like some of my other fossorial old worlds. I don't see them much, but when I see them, I really, really enjoy seeing them. And I just love how they make these mountains, which, you know, is neat to see. Anyways, guys, I just had a little bug fly by my face, so sorry about that. Anyways, guys, on to the next. Oh, so anyways, next on deck, down here, I had to put it underneath here to bring it up a little bit. I got 2 new Scolopendra subspinibes, Vietnamese centipedes. Big ones, probably pushing 8 inches. So I'm only going to show you the one, and it's going to be this one underneath, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so back to this one. This is Scolopendra subspinibes, Vietnamese centipede. I do have 2. I did have one, I guess a couple years ago. Some of my older subscribers might remember it. I got it as an adult, and unfortunately it did pass away while I was on my break from YouTube. But anyways, I'm just going to show you the one. I don't know I don't know how this is going to go because they're crazy, crazy fast. And as always, I have a catch cup behind me. I'm going to go from the side here. So, see these big things, I bought them specifically for dealing with these, because these little ones here, yeah, that's almost as big as the centipedes, and they will be up them and on your hand in a heartbeat, if they wanted to. There he or she is, just beautiful. It's huge. I got to make sure it doesn't come up my tongs. But they're just in little critter keepers, I guess, and they're fine in there. But I do have a 10-gallon with a screen lid set aside for, or a mesh lid that slides in. I think it's a Zilla one, a Zilla cage. And this one or the other one is going to be going in there and hopefully set up a little bit nicer than this, give it a little bit more room. But I'm going to put it down. He's being pretty chill. Now, I did feed them a few days ago. I just put a bunch of crickets in there, and they did take care of them, meaning eat them. So I'm just going to grab a super worm and see if it wants one. See what happens here. Maybe not. Oh well, worth a try, right? Like I said, I did put about 5 or 6 crickets in there. They're quite shy. These ones, my other one was out a lot, and it would take food off the tongs for me, no problem. These ones, this one's doing really well. I thought I was going to freak out, or it'd freak out. You know, I just wanted to show you guys that, like I said, I got 2, and I will show you guys the rehousing video. I'm not sure if I'm going to show the whole setup of the enclosure. I may time-lapse that, but all in all, I will show you guys going into his or her new enclosure. Anyways, guys, on to the next. Okay, guys, we're back to this one. It was being super chill, so I thought, you know what, I'll take the camera down and get you guys a little bit of a better look at him or her. Super cool. These creep a lot of people out. They don't necessarily creep me out, but I do respect them. Other than my my bush vipers, this is next on the list as far as I do not get near, and I have a ton of respect for them. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it. Most of you guys know, did I say pit viper? Bush viper? I might have said pit viper, but anyways, the bush vipers are venomous and obviously very medically significant, as are these guys. But I'll be honest with you, I'd rather be bit by one of these than one of those vipers. But I don't plan on being bit by any of them. So anyways, guys, there's a look at him or her, and we'll move on. A filthy enclosure to my Samopos Camergide Trinidad Chevron. I really need to do a rehouse or redo this enclosure. Well, before she goes, we're going to feed her. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, wrong way again. There she is. I've raised, she's huge, guys. She's got to be at least 8 inches. That's diagonal leg span. I've raised this thing for, I guess she was second instar, just a tiny little thing. Absolutely love this species, but I haven't shown you guys much of her because the enclosure is just disgusting, and I really need to get her out of there and redo it. It's an acrylic enclosure. There's 3 units to it. My P. regalis, he's a mature male in there. I have the HMAC in the middle, and Samopos Camergide Trinidad Chevron here. But she was out front, so I thought, you know what, I'll try her on that roach that the Cayman didn't want, and obviously she's just loving it. Crunchity crunch. Anyways, guys, this is not a feeding video, we're just doing a little bit of everything, so we don't want to leave it on her too long. On to the next. So this is the enclosure to my 2 crested geckos. On the left is Mary, the one on the right over here, I never named. I set them up in a new enclosure quite a while ago, but you guys haven't had a chance to see them. They were in Exoterras 12 by 12 by 18s, which I have some of my pokies in right now. But I'll just give you guys a quick look at the front of this. It's an old aquarium, but it's a tall, square type. It's quite large. There it is there. It was all the way down there. It's huge. And I took some plexiglass and I divided it, and then I made a plexiglass lid for them, so that way you know, helps with the humidity and whatnot. I know they don't have any Repashian right now, but I'm going to try and feed them superworm. I did feed them a few days ago. They're insects, so they may not eat. Usually they just dive in at this. Mary, you want one? Oh no, they don't want it. But I did feed them quite a few days ago. And it could be the light, because they're not used to the light in their faces. Oh, she's trying. There you go. Oh, did you get it? Oh, she dropped. She got a mouthful of moss instead. Sorry, sweetheart. Anyways, guys, look at her. I just want to give you guys a little bit of an update on them, and we'll do, you know, some more videos on them as we continue down the road. Oh, he's licking his lips. On to the next. This is Nandu Colorado Velocis, Brazilian black and white. I haven't shown her in quite a while, so I just figured I'd grab her down and see if she wants a superworm. She was kind of skittish when I brought her down, so she might be a little bit stressed. Maybe she'll back up here. She may take this off of here. No, nothing to do with it. Oh well. I tried, guys. Anyways, guys, I think this is going to be long enough as far as the video goes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And let me know, again, I know I just told you guys, but let me know what you guys think of this Gamble handheld device here as far as my videos go. And as I said, I will get better with it as time goes on. But anyways, guys, have a good day and a good night wherever you're at. Take care. Bye-bye.